Hi guys, how's it going? So I'm back up at the allotment today and I've got a few little small jobs to do. So the first thing I've got to do is to get our leeks planted finally. And then I want to just show you how I maintain our tomato plants. And then I need to harvest some strawberries, which is really exciting. So it's our first sort of strawberry harvest that we're going to do today. So yeah, really excited. The kids are at school. Normally they would help me harvest the strawberries, but they're at school, so I'll just do it on my own today, take them home, and then maybe next time they'll be able to help harvest those. So first job of the day is to get the leeks planted. So I'm going to show you a really easy way to plant leeks, foolproof way. We've been doing it for the last couple of years. So yeah, let's get started. So this is our strawberry patch here, rhubarb patch. And then here I've just got enough room to plant the leeks. I've left a little bit of space there. And then obviously we've got all our squash plants on this side of the allotment. So this is where they're going to go. So I'll just show you, I'll show you our equipment that we're going to use. So we've got the leeks here. So this is our leeks. So I don't know about you, but our leeks just take ages and ages to get big. They just kind of sit there for ages and ages, but I think finally they're probably big enough now to be planted out. So I think we've got about 24 leeks to plant out. The other thing that we're going to use to plant them is this pencil, and I'll show you why in a minute, and then sort of water, obviously, to water them in. So I'll just show you how I get them planted. So I'm just going to water the area first because the soil is quite hard. So leeks really benefit from having space around their roots and their stems so that it can really expand into the soil. So we're just going to get our pencil and we're going to just bore down like that, and then we're going to take our leek. So I normally just get rid of all the soil off the leek, so we've got some really nice roots going. And then we're just going to poke those roots down into the hole. There we go. And then we don't fill the hole up, so we don't sort of push the soil back along the stem, so we just leave that nice space. So we'll come in afterwards and just water it, and that will then just sort of loosen the soil a little bit. But we don't want to compact the soil around the stem of the leek. Right, I'll just do the rest of them. So those are all planted. Now to do some maintenance on our tomatoes. So these are our 2 rows of our tomatoes. So they're a mix of beefsteak tomatoes and more snacking tomatoes, just sort of a bit of a jumble, they're all mixed in together. So what I originally did was obviously plant them, and then I've started to sort of tie them up, this bamboo stake, with these little sort of metal covered sort of soft ties. But they're sort of getting a bit bigger now, so what I need to do is I'm going to remove this tie here, and then I'm just going to tie it a little bit further up. So I'll just move that up a little bit further up, and then I'll retie it again. That one. There you go. So these tomatoes are indeterminate tomatoes, so you get 2 main different types of tomatoes. Determinate, which are more the kind of bush variety, you don't really need to prune those, and then you get the indeterminate ones, which are the ones that just keep, the cordon ones, they just keep growing and growing and growing up, and they do benefit from being pruned. And the way we do this is to prune out the suckers on the tomato plants. So I'll just show you what a sucker is, and I'll show you how I sort of prune them out. So as you can see here, here's the sort of main stem of the tomato going up, and then you've got your little branches coming out. And if you can see here, there's a little extra branch coming out here. So you've got the main stem, and then you've got your side branch, and it's just this little extra bit here. So that's known as a sucker. And what we need to do for our indeterminate tomatoes is to pinch that out. So I'm just gonna, don't know if you can see that, I'm just gonna pinch it out. There you go. And then see if there are any more. So I can see another one here. There we go, that's quite a good one to see there. So you've got the main stem here. Let's see if it'll focus a bit better. Main stem here, side branch, and then you've got your suckers. So we just need to pinch that out. There you go. So if they do get a little bit bigger, you might just need to kind of snip them off with your secateurs or your snips. But at this point in time, they're really, really small. And again, we've got a little one here. Just gonna pull that out. And another one. Let's see if there's any more. Yeah, so this is a really, really big one. So this one, so that's the stem that's coming off. That's the stem. And then this is quite a big sucker. So I'm just gonna pinch that off. That's it. So that's that tomato plant pinched. I've kind of staked it up a little bit more. The other thing to do with your tomato plants is to just trim off the lower leaves. So anything touching the ground, we want to basically snip those off. So all you do is kind of twist and pull. And then again, this one is nearly touching the ground, so I'm going to take that one off as well. So again, just kind of twist and pull. And that'll come off quite nicely. So we won't sort of, if you twist and pull, it won't sort of then damage, you won't sort of tear up the stem, damaging the main stem. So that's it. So that's one tomato plant maintained. And we've got those to do. So I'll just get on and do those. Them done, a little bit of maintenance for them, and I'll sort of have to keep doing this. So every few weeks they'll sort of keep growing and growing, and every few weeks I'll just sort of keep staking them up a little bit higher, and again just sort of pinching out those suckers. So this is our strawberry patch. So I did come and net them the other day, which I did in another video just to show you how I did it. Last year we did the same, and it just kept the birds off, so it meant that we actually got most of the strawberries rather than the birds. But there are some strawberries starting to go red, and they are ready for harvesting. So look at those. Oh, so exciting. This is our first strawberries of the season. There's some really good ones in there. Some other ones coming along there nicely. So tons and tons of strawberries. Not all of them obviously ripe yet, but there are quite a few that are ripe. So I'm going to go and harvest a few of these. So that's our first strawberry harvest, and there's loads and loads that are nearly ripe as well, so we'll be back up tomorrow again to harvest them all. So I'm just going to try one. Oh, that is so good. There's nothing like having just fresh strawberries, freshly picked, grown by yourself, that you've literally picked and eaten straight away. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright guys, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it helpful, and I hope that you're getting into your allotments or gardens to grow your bits and bobs and start harvesting it, because that is, well, that's why we all do this, don't we? To harvest our produce. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.